it's nothing wrong with the feeling. It's nothing wrong with the desire. And I, like my sister, I did not pray for the Lord to take the desire.
I have not prayed that either. Because that is a gift from the Lord.
My prayer is God, teach me how to manage this.
Yes.
Because this is from you, and I need to manage this properly. And if you can't properly manage it before, you're not going to manage it properly after.
That's true.
It's just that simple.
That's so true.
Because the issue is really not my inability to not have sex. The issue, the spiritual issue is, can I control the lust demon that is trying to attach itself to me, and how do I then rebuke that?
Because if you don't handle it in your single life, what's going to happen in your married life? I'm just saying, I've never been married.
And so, because here's the other part is we talk a lot about the sexual act side of it, but there are other manifestations of lust that we see on a daily basis. For some people who don't struggle with sex. So just because you don't struggle with not having sex, then do you struggle with pornography? Mm-hmm. Do you have a lust for money? Is that what drives you? Mm-hmm. Do you lust for do you lust for attention? Mm-hmm. There are other lustful manifestations besides just sex. And so I have to be able to say, God, I need to rebuke the lust demon, not just the sex part, because I might be able to stop sexing, and then all of a sudden I'm watching porn. Or I might not watch porn, and I might not have sex, but all I want to do is, but money controls me. And I'm a whore for money, and I'll do anything to make a dollar.
I really like the points that you brought up, because what I kept hearing you say is having that conversation with God and, just really wanting to change. Because if I know these consequences mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, we can just stay right there on physically. It's too much going on. It's too much. And it's nothing new under the sun. I know our moms and aunts can tell us, like, okay, this is in the Bible. It's in the Bible for a reason. God has put those principles in place for a reason, but it seems like in our world, we just think we can do what we want to do and not suffer if there's a consequence to this thing. I was having a conversation with one of my best friends that I grew up with. We went to dinner, and I think I mentioned it to you about a month ago. And I'm like, well, girl, I met this guy, and I'm having a struggle here because, I'm like, I don't want to. We want to wait. She's like, well, girl, we grown. I'm like, yeah, but what about what God says? What about getting, what is it going to take to get into marriage? And it doesn't mean if you have sex with that person outside of marriage that you're not going to marry that person. Can you touch on that? How does that work? Because the Bible says, right, pretty much postpone it, but we in a relationship, we together, so let's consummate this thing.
I could just say, Steve Harvey said,
not the Bible, but Steve Harvey.
You say to God, I am waiting till the right person comes along before I have sex with them. Do you mind waiting with me? I'm paraphrasing.
He's going to say yes.
But it's something like that. If he says yes, then you'll know that's the one part.
No, that's not true. That ain't true. Let me say this. Let me throw this out. I love Pastor Steve Harvey.